If you have opened LinkedIn recently and felt a knot in your stomach, another round of layoff, another open to work banner from someone you thought was safe, I'm going to help you do something with it. A step-by-step roadmap to make your resume and more importantly you recession-proof.
If you're new here, I'm Suparna Sengupta, career and success mentor, psychologist, and the author of Elevate, Rising to Success in Modern Times.
Here's the truth. Companies don't cut people. They cut redundancy. In a downturn, the question every manager is forced to answer is, if I can only keep half this team, who is hardest to replace? So your goal is not keep your job. Your goal is to become the person your manager fights to keep. How do you become hard to replace? Before you try anything new, you need to know what you are actually worth in the market right now. Audit your real value. Here's the exercise. Open a document, 3 columns. Column 1, what you do. List every task, project, responsibility. Be exhaustive. Column 2, what you are paid for. This is smaller than column 1. It's the 2 or 3 things your company would actually miss if you stop doing them. Column 3, what the market pays for. Now open job posting, 10 of them, for the role 1 level above yours. Write down every skills that appears in at least 5 of those 10 posting. The gap between column 2 and column 3, that gap is your risk and it's also your roadmap. A client of mine, Meera, a marketing manager, 8 years of experience. When she did this audit, she found that 7 out of 10 posting for senior marketing roles asked for data and analytics skills she didn't have. So, your step 1 deliverable, 1 page, your gap in writing. Next, pick your stack. Here is where most people go wrong. They see the gap and they panic learn. Random certification, a Python course they will never finish, collecting skills like Pokemon cards. Stop. You don't need more skills. You need a skill stack. 2 or 3 skills that multiply each other. The formula is simple. Your current expertise plus 1 analytical skills plus 1 communication skill. Marketing plus data analytics. HR plus people analytics. Finance plus AI tools plus storytelling. Operation plus automation. Why does this work? Because of a principle from behavioral economics. Scarcity drives value. Being in the top 50% at 2 intersecting skills makes you rarer than being in the top 10% at 1. A marketer who can read data is rarer than a great marketer. An HR professional who can present workforce analytics to the board is rarer than a great HR professional. Choose 1 complementary skill for yourself. Your step 2 deliverable. 1 sentence. I'm becoming a dash who can dash. Write it down. Put it where you will see it. Now you learn. But not the way you did in college. Most professionals learn in secret. Course at night. Certificate in a drawer. Nobody knows. Here's the workplace psychology they are missing. A skill nobody knows about is a skill you don't have. Perception is part of the asset. So, in step 3, you do 2 things in parallel. 1. Structured learning, 45 minutes a day, not weekend binges, daily. Attach it to an existing routine, like after your morning coffee or before you open email. Same time, same trigger every day. And 2. Leave a visible trail. Share 1 insight from what you are learning in a team meeting. Post a short takeaway on LinkedIn once a week. Mention it in your one-to-one conversation. Like, I have been studying campaign analytics. I would love to test it on our next launch. You are doing 2 jobs at once. Building the skill and building the reputation of someone who is growing. In a layoff discussion, reputation is what gets spoken about in the room you are not in. Your step 3 deliverable, 20 plus learning sessions logged, and at least 3 moments where someone at work saw you learning. Step 4 is where your resume actually changes, because courses don't go on a recession-proof resume. Outcomes do. Your mission, find 1 real problem at work that your new skill can solve and volunteer for it. This is your proof project. The best proof projects share 3 traits. They are visible to someone above your manager. They are measurable and they are small enough to finish in 4 to 6 weeks. My client Meera By month 2, she had learned selecting powerful ads, effective meta marketing, analytics, and tracking which campaigns actually drove revenue. With the help of the Kojini team, it did 2 things. It answered one question her director had been asking for a year, and it quietly repositioned her from one of our marketing managers to the one who shows us what's working. Your step 4 deliverable, one proof project in progress that someone senior knows about. Coming up next, make it visible. Visibility is not bragging. Visibility is a skill. 3 moves for this. Move 1, the results email. When your proof project shows results, write a short summary to your manager. Situation, what you did, measurable outcome. Just 3 sentences. Move 2, teach it once. Offer a 20-minute walkthrough to your team. Here is what I built and how you can use it. Teaching is the fastest way to be perceived as an expert. Psychologists call it the authority effect. The person explaining is assumed to be the person who knows. Move 3, cross the border. Find one person in another department who would benefit from what you can and show them how. Cross-functional visibility is layoff insurance because now 2 departments would notice your absence. So, your step 5 deliverable. Your results are known by your manager, your team, and at least one person outside your team. And then update your positioning. Your resume, your LinkedIn headline, your tell me about yourself answer. And you are not adding a skills bullet. You are changing your professional identity statement. Before, marketing manager with 8 years of experience. After, marketing manager with 8 years of experience who uses data analytics to identify the campaigns that drive revenue. Most recently, help leadership reallocate 30% of ad spend to higher performing channels, improving marketing ROI. See the difference? The first describes a role. The second describes irreplaceability. One is a job title, the other is a hiring manager solution. Then have a conversation with your manager, not asking for a promotion. Simply say, over the last 6 months, I have built this capability and delivered this result. I would like to take on more work in this direction. You are updating their mental file on who you are. In the next organizational planning meeting, that file gets opened. Mira, my client, 11 months after her audit, her role was expanded. She absorbed the analytics responsibilities for the team. The fear that once kept her up at night became the reason she was kept. Your step 6 deliverable, new resume, new headline, and one repositioning conversation. Layoff anxiety doesn't go away because the economy improves. It goes away when you know with evidence that you are hard to replace. If this was helpful, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what's your current role and what's the skill you are stacking.